You're listening to Tuned Into NoCo. I'm Priscilla. Today I'm here with Nicholas Dunagan, co-founder, president, and CEO of Health for Heroes. How are you today, Nicholas?
Doing great, Priscilla. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. For those who are unfamiliar, what is Health for Heroes and how did it come to be?
Absolutely. So, Health for Heroes is a Northern Colorado-based nonprofit organization. We're really actually a social impact organization. We empower veterans and first responders to take command of their health, reduce the impact of service, and increase longevity through community, connection, and education. We serve veterans, first responders, and their families right here in Northern Colorado, from Frederick to Wellington, from Estes to Greeley. That's kind of our service area. The reason we're really here is to provide that community connection and education. You know, these folks have served or do serve in really high stress operating environments.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, that starts to really weigh and take effect on these folks. And, you know, we need healthy outlets in our lives to be able to counteract or balance all of the harsher inputs that we have in the lives we live today. And so Health for Heroes kind of exists to serve and meet those unmet needs. We want to provide community for these folks, a supportive community, to show these folks that, hey, you know, we appreciate everything you've done. The community loves and appreciates you. Come join us for a fun community activity. Bring your family, have fun.
Nicholas, I was going to ask you, how did you find your way to Health for Heroes? But I also did mention that you are co-founder, president, and CEO. So how did this come to be?
Yeah. So, you know, I grew up in San Diego, pretty much a somewhat normal childhood, I guess. Definitely, you know, had its peaks and valleys, ups and downs. Had some trauma as a child, but again, that's why I'm kind of saying somewhat normal. I think everyone has some childhood trauma. So, you know, I took that with me, and I think like most folks who go and join the military, they might be trying to change something drastic in their life, whether that's their past or escape their hometown, or you know, just make a big change in their life. So at 21 years old, I joined the Army, and I spent 5 years there. I spent a couple years with the 3rd Brigade, 1st Infantry Division, Big Red 1 out of Fort Knox, Kentucky. I did a 12-month deployment to Afghanistan with them, re-enlisted and joined the 82nd Airborne Division in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And it was about a year after I got back from deployment. I was at my new duty station in North Carolina. I was newly promoted sergeant, and I started experiencing kind of just a slew of health symptoms. I was dealing with depression and anxiety and irritability and sleep issues, and I wasn't showing up right to work, and I wasn't showing up right for myself and my family, and it was starting to really impact my life. And so I finally, you know, kind of went counterculture, if you will, and decided to go see the psychiatrist and seek some help.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent about 10 minutes with a psychiatrist I'd never met in my entire life before, telling her my story, and left there with a prescription for 4 of the heaviest psychopharmaceutical drugs you can get for depression, anxiety, sleep. And I remember I was supposed to walk across and go fill these prescriptions at the pharmacy, and I decided to about face, essentially make a hard left and exit the clinic, and I did not fill those prescriptions. The problem is I didn't also do anything positive for myself, so I decided I wasn't going to go the prescription route, and that I wanted to go a more natural route, but I didn't do that. So I continued to have these issues. Ultimately led to a really poor transition out of the military and into a bad environment, coming out. A lot of, you know, poor lifestyle behaviors, self-medicating with alcohol and things like that. Until one day a friend of mine just said, hey, man, you know, let's go. I think he's just trying to get me up and out of the funk and out of the house. And he said, let's go do some rock climbing. So we went to this little bouldering gym in Colorado Springs, and there just so happened to be a veterans organization there. And they had worked out a deal with the gym where veterans could show up on Thursday nights, every Thursday night, and join this group for $5 and climb for hours.
Nice.
It was awesome. So the first couple weeks, I was pretty still kind of in my shell and unsure about everything. And, you know, I was dealing with a lot. I felt like my time in the military was the best that I would ever do in life, and I would never amount to anything more than that. I felt discarded. You know, my body was kind of beaten and battered a little bit from falling and or jumping out of perfectly good airplanes.
Yeah.
And so I just really was down in the dumps and not in a good place and not treating myself very well either. So this group, you know, really brought me to a place where I started kind of opening up and hanging out and having fun with other veterans, other like-minded people who were going through similar things.
You started coming out of your shell?
Yeah, started coming out of my shell, started challenging myself on the rock wall. Instead of just being there to be there, I started actually getting into the sport of climbing and really found some healing through the camaraderie of the community group and the action of sport and challenge.
Because it's more than just the rock climbing.
Totally. It's way more than just the rock climbing. In fact, that's probably the least of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward a little bit, you know, I started experiencing the benefits of all of that. I started integrating with other veteran organizations, trying to really just capitalize on the momentum I was getting. So I got involved with Team Rubicon, a national veterans organization, started getting heavily involved in volunteering with them. And that was huge for my healing and my path to really give more of myself and serve my country again in another way. It was really beneficial to my health. I started feeling better, started getting out there more, and that brought me into a donation-based yoga studio, started doing hot yoga a couple times a week. Again, it was that affordable access that made me able to get there, just like with the rock climbing. So I started doing that and started feeling great. I'm like, man, my knees don't hurt anymore. My back doesn't hurt. This hot yoga, my mental angst is subsiding. Like, this hot yoga is the jam. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
This is hidden medicine.
Yeah. Tell everyone.
Right. Yoga is hidden medicine. So it's really good, powerful stuff. And so I found my way kind of into a better place through community, through connecting with those resources that were in my community that provided opportunity, whether it was affordable access to something I wouldn't otherwise have access to, or just them getting together as a group and providing that opportunity for me to connect with resources and people in my community. And then educating myself, whether that was diving in on the internet and trying to figure out how I can better manage my mental health concerns, my physical health concerns with natural alternatives, because I was already not taking the prescriptions, but you got to do something.
Yeah.
So exercise, diet came into play, really cleaning up the things that I put into my body. And, you know, really just stemming from there, building on that, I enrolled at CSU in 2017 for sports medicine, health promotion. Well, those are two different tracks. Essentially, it's health and exercise science. I started in sports medicine, and I realized it was too sciencey for me. I'm not that smart.
I don't want to do all that.
I'm not that smart. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not that smart.
Hey, if it's math, I'm not in.
That's it. It was math and science, and I'm horrible at that stuff. So it didn't work out, and I changed my track to health promotion, and I'm so glad I did. I mean, it just makes more sense for me and what I do. And so now I have this educational background, essentially, about
experience background.
and how to and personal experience on what are some of those key things that helped me, just, you know, as a veteran getting out and going through it. What are some of those key things that helped me? And that was connecting with my community, connecting with those resources that were available, and then educating myself on all the great things I can do to manage. You know, I have TBI, so I found out recently that you can actually heal the brain, that the damage that was done is reversible to a point. That was really hopeful information for me. So cranial sacral therapy that Healing Warriors offers, you know, they have helped me to feel better through that natural medicine. So I've tried all this stuff. I use it in my daily life, and that's essentially what brought me to wanting to spread that mission to my community and really support there.
That's great because you've been through it. So
right,
what better source?
And my co-founder has her whole own extensive background and reasons to why she's here and involved with what we're doing as well. But that was obviously my story.
That's great.
Yeah.
And for any listener who is in need of assistance, how can they reach out to Health for Heroes?
Yeah, so we're that open door. If you are a veteran or first responder, or you're a family member of one of those and you see your veteran and first responder needing support, we're the open door. We're not a crisis intervention organization. We have programs that we truly feel can benefit the veteran and first responder in your life, whether that's you or your family. So I would encourage them to visit our website. If they need a little boost and a little push, some of us do. Then I would maybe encourage you to reach out to us directly, and we can figure out ways to get them signed up and get them involved. You know, we want you out at our community events, our social events, our service projects. We want to connect you with the gyms and yoga studios and chiro clinics and all of that great natural medicine that's in your community, and give you a more affordable access and opportunity to get to use that stuff. And then our education, we have workshops and retreats. And that, again, is the opportunity for you to come and learn about yourself, maybe process some trauma through our retreat programs, or come and learn about something like nutrition or basics of exercise or reducing gym intimidation. Come learn how to use the basic equipment in the gym, so that way we can get you into the gym and excited about using it. If you're looking for something to do on a more consistent basis, we can put you to work regularly and get you involved in helping to deliver our mission and programs, which is really powerful. And we have also event-based ad hoc style stuff. So we want to just bring education to the forefront as well, because the more you know, the more you can do. And if we're trying to implement healthy lifestyle behavioral changes for these folks, because these are not like short-term things. These are changes we want folks to implement in their life long-term. If we want to do that, then we have to be proactive from all angles.
For anyone who wants to get involved, how can they donate to or volunteer for
Absolutely.
Health for Heroes?
I think the best way to do it would to say that if you're looking to get involved with Health for Heroes, whether as a donor, a sponsor, a supporter, a volunteer, a member, you name it, I would go to healthforheroes.org/get involved.
Let's talk about your events coming up. Your first annual event. Tell me about that.
Heck yeah. We have a really exciting event coming up that we're pumped to bring to the Northern Colorado area. This is the Health for Heroes Guardian Games and Expo. This is our first annual, like you mentioned. It is a health promotion fundraising event designed to engage the community in healthy competition, activities, games, social interaction, and doing this all while showcasing our support for local heroes. So it's a military and first responder inspired fitness competition with 5 separate fitness events spread out throughout the day. It's a team competition, teams of 4, 2 men and 2 women. Sign up and compete. We'll have big prizes and trophies to give away at the end for the first through third places. And it's just going to be a fun time. If you're a local athlete in the really Colorado, but
in the Colorado area.
In the Colorado area, yeah. And but this event will be held in Loveland. So if you're an athlete in the area, we would definitely welcome you to come out and show your support. This is going to be a challenging fitness competition. We hope that it's something that athletes look forward to every year to come and compete in. But it is also a fundraiser, so we're going to have some fun with it as well.
And where do people go to sign up for this?
That's it. So healthforheroes.org/Guardian Games, or you can just visit our homepage and navigate to the tab at the top.
Nicholas, are you competing?
I am competing. I am really excited. We have an awesome committee that is helping us put this together.
Awesome.
Dedicated volunteers that are really excited to bring this event to life. And I am pleased to say that I have full confidence and faith in them. And the day of the event, I will be hanging out, having fun, and competing.
And not
worrying.
That's great.
Right.
That is some great backup to have.
That is.
What do you think lies ahead for Health for Heroes for this new year?
Yeah, so this is our second year of being an organization. Really, we were founded in September of 2020, but that was
What a time.
What a time. It's kind of a pride stamp for us to be able to have kind of staked our claim, if you will, or built our brand in such
that
a
year.
tumultuous time. But 2021 was really our first year of action. We put together some great events and got our members up. So I think in 21 we had about 13 events throughout the year.
Wow.
So we were still able to do a lot of that stuff since we get people outdoors and things like that. We were still able to do a lot of our programs. So we had about 13 events, and at the end of the year, I think we had about 53 members.
Nice.
We're already up to 75 members.
Wow.
That just happened pretty much in January. And we're looking forward to having probably double the amount of events and activities this year for our folks to get engaged with, because really it's going to be that regularly recurring stuff that folks look forward to, as opposed to those one-off events that happen every now and again. So we're really focused on beefing up those one-off events that we'll have, once a month or once a quarter, and then adding in all those regularly recurring stuff like going and climbing 14ers a couple times a month, or joining a hiking club, or doing some Saturday workouts in the park or at a gym, and really have those regularly recurring activities. So that's what our year looks like this year, is beefing up our programs and really increasing awareness and funding so we can support all that stuff.
And what else would you like listeners to know?
I would just say, if you are a business owner in Colorado or the northern Colorado area, and you support veterans and first responders, we want to have you at this event. Whether you are sponsoring, whether you are putting teams into the fitness competition, whether you're setting up your business in our vendor expo to showcase your support, we want you there. We want you involved. This is an opportunity to show your support for these folks. It's been a tough couple of years, and we truly feel like this group needs to see and feel the love from our community. This is that opportunity, so we invite you to come. For veterans and first responders or family members of those, we absolutely encourage you to come participate. Check out our website. Become a member. It's free. I mean, you've already paid the price to become a member. So please join and get involved in our organization. We'd love to have you.
I want to thank you for coming on to Tuned Into NoCo and talking to our listeners about Health for Heroes.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and I appreciate you guys listening.